Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, welcome. Today we are going to go ahead and start off by opening the curtains here in the dining room. We do have a lot of cleaning to do. Halloween has passed. I filmed this a couple of days ago and I'm just so excited to get our home nice and cleaned up, and then pretty much already starting to brainstorm and figure out what my Christmas decor is going to be looking like. So we went ahead and turned on the Christmas lights from the trees of the one here in the dining room, as well as the entryway. I just love that morning glow. And I'm just going to go ahead and quickly wipe off the table, and then we're going to go ahead and move on to our coffee bar. I do have to just wipe it down and then get rid of these leftover cupcakes already because nobody's really much paying attention to it. I'm starting off with the most cleanest areas, which of course is the dining room first. Then we're moving on to our living room. You can tell this is where the chaos starts to begin, but then once we hit the kitchen, that is a more of a chaos. So I'm just going to go ahead and quickly fluff up the pillows of the sofa as well as the throw pillows, and then just fix the throw blankets. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video.
Through the snow when you're taking my hand, all of those late nights on your couch when we just talked on.
It has been so cold here lately, so there's nothing more cozy than to be able to turn on this electric fireplace of ours, and of course turn on our lights here on our Christmas tree just for that extra little glow. But like I mentioned, the kitchen was the one that is most the chaos. So as you guys can tell, we have started here in the kitchen. There's just so much to do, so much to get rid of, put away, and all of that. I went and took the kids' candy bags to the laundry room for now while I could go ahead and quickly finish cleaning up here in the kitchen. And then once I get into laundry room, of course, we'll deal with the candies then. But for now, we're focusing on the more important stuff, of course. And then Wardrella has been doing some little art projects that she got from school. And well, since she was done with it, I just told her go ahead and leave it there. I will go ahead and help her put the stuff away. Some stuff were still kind of drying when she was done, so that's why she went ahead and left it there. But I hope to get today's video brings you guys lots of motivation. So on this day, all of my kids are actually home. My husband is the only one that's not home because he had to work. But this video was filmed on a Friday, so it was the day after Halloween. And while my kids for school, they did have the day off, and then my oldest son, since he works, he had the day off as well. Well, the morning off because he was going to be working later on in the day. So of course, we went ahead and did a much more bigger breakfast and stuff like that. You guys can see the waffle makers out. But I'm just going to go ahead and finish tidying up this side of the kitchen, putting stuff away, and then of course we have to move on to washing the dishes.
If I'm lost along the way, if I wander off onto a different trail, will you forgive me if I fail when I'm lost and derailed? If I cry when I'm blue, if I cry alone when I am with you, will you forgive me if I do? I cry when I'm blue. Through wind.
So now that the majority of the kitchen is nice and cleaned up already, I'm gonna go ahead and quickly unload the dishwasher, and then we're gonna go ahead and start loading it again, just because it's like a sink full plus extras on the counter. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use the dishwasher to wash the dishes just to make it a little bit more faster.
Like you always do when I am calling your name. When I am calling your name. If I'm wrong when you are right, if I'm only seeing things in black and white, will you forgive me tonight? If I'm wrong and you're right. Through wind and through rain, through trouble and pain, if ever my heart strained, will you pull me through like you always?
So we are a family of 6, and I gotta admit that my dishwasher rarely ever gets this full like it did. I always just hand wash my pots and my pans, of course. But if I was to add the pots and pans in there in the dishwasher as well, like as full it was today, they definitely wouldn't have fit in there. And the only reason why we have so many dishes is because the dinner from the night before, we didn't even do the dishes or clean up the kitchen. We just had dinner, and then my bigger kids each got dropped off. Well, my oldest, he didn't work on Halloween day, so he went with his friends trick-or-treating. And then my oldest daughter and my son, my other son, we went and dropped them off at friends' houses where they were going to be going. And then just me and my husband were trick-or-treating with Jayla, my youngest. So we just had dinner, picked up Jayla from after school program. She's an after school program, and she's also practicing for the play of Aladdin. They're going to be doing Aladdin, like a little show thing. If you guys know, my oldest daughter has always done drama, theater, type of things as well. So my little one is following her sister's steps, and she's going to be doing Aladdin. She's actually she's actually got picked for the role of the magic carpet in Aladdin. So that's her role. So yeah, so she had to stay after school, even though it was Halloween. And plus they also had like their little Halloween trick-or-treating and party and all of that. But like I was saying, we didn't do the dishes the night before, so that's why this morning there was just tons of dishes. Like the sink was already super full, and then I still had a lot of them on the countertop. But now that I'm done washing the pots and the pans, we're going to go ahead and quickly clean out and wash out the sink.
Can't turn the tide, let the water go where it wants to go.
And I know most likely a lot of people are gonna think I'm weird because I'm washing like my waffle maker inside the sink. We've done this always ever since I got it, and it's been, I don't know, probably like a year or more that I've had it. And all I do is just I spray it with water, of course, in the inside. I just try not to let like where the wires or like the main part that's like where the knob is at get too much water, and it's been fine. Nothing happens to it, and we don't use it like immediately or like the next day. We do take a while before we reuse it again, so I know it dries out pretty good. So yeah, so in fact, the day I washed this one, like I mentioned, was the day after Halloween, and I have not used it until this morning that I'm actually doing a video, which is actually a whole week later. So we did wait like a whole week in between, but like I mentioned, we don't always make waffles in the waffle maker, so I know that cleaning it out like this is going to be safe because I do allow a lot of time in between for it to go ahead and dry out. So like there's no problem, so don't worry about getting that I'm gonna get or that we're gonna get electrocuted or stuff like that, because we do let it dry out. And I've done that with other previous waffle makers and stuff like that also. But now we're going to go ahead and just quickly scrub down the sink, of course, because the dishes are all finally done, and then I just love scrubbing my sink down because you never know what had splattered or what bacteria or anything is in there. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and quickly start wiping down the counters.
That's how you break inside. You don't need to worry. Somebody's waiting down the line to pick up the pieces. Hey, you'll be alright. You'll be alright. Waiting down the line. So don't let your fear decide. That's how you break inside. You don't need to worry. Somebody's waiting down the line to pick up the pieces. Hey, you'll be alright. There will be someone waiting down the line. I saw the ending before the movie was done. I got thick skin because I've been burned before.
So if you guys saw in a couple videos back, I did share that I was doing a sourdough starter, and I did receive these Banatones, if I'm not wrong, that's what they're called. So I did add them in this cupboard here where we used to have my old cutting board. So I shared that in my Thanksgiving kitchen decorating video, and I had washed the fabric as well as the bow part. It's like a bamboo kind of like style. So I washed them. Now that they're like, I waited a couple days until they're like really dry, and I went ahead and just put them back, and I'm keeping them here in this drawer. I knew eventually something was going to end up in this drawer, of course. So that's where I'm keeping them at until my sourdough is actually ready. So I'm doing a gluten-free sourdough starter, and then I'm doing just like the regular sourdough starter. I'm more excited for my gluten-free one, to be honest, because I've been trying to stay away from gluten, because whenever I have gluten products, I feel like my stomach just gets so bloated and painful. So I'm trying to avoid eating as much gluten as possible. And I love making like our sandwich loaf breads, our artisan breads, all of those kind of like cinnamon rolls, all of those different type of breads. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys see when I post like when we make our homemade breads and treats and all of that. I just love baking. Like baking is like something I enjoy doing. Cooking is not my thing, to be honest, but baking, I just love baking. Like I could bake all the time, every day, all day if it was possible. So I'm just trying to go ahead and start converting our baking goods to a more healthier version, which will be like sometimes doing gluten-free or sometimes doing like the regular sourdough one. So yeah, so I am excited to go ahead and start using those. On this day that I'm recording my voiceover, I'm actually on day 9 of my gluten-free one, and then I'm probably like on day 5, I believe, something around there, on my regular sourdough starter. So the gluten-free one is getting really close to being able to be used. So going back to what we're doing in today's video, I'm just going to go ahead and quickly sweep up here in the hallway. You guys saw me, I did the kitchen, the dining room, and the entryway. And of course, I'm also just going to go ahead and sweep up here inside the living room.
Too close. I'm a wild one, I'm alright, love on my own. You probably think I'm hurting, but darling, I'll be fine. It's just a little heartbreak, and heartbreak fades with time. You probably think I'm broken, I swear that I'm alright. It's just a little.
So now that the living room and dining room, kitchen, all of that areas are really nice and clean, I'm just going to go ahead and hop into the kids' bathroom and just clean off the counter and the sink. Of course, there was just like a little bit of face painting, makeup, residue around here and all of that. So I'm just going to go ahead and quickly wipe that off. I also do end up just scrubbing the toilet and wiping around the toilets and all of that.
Don't need someone to save me, no, and don't come running to blame me. From miles away I can tell that something's off. The way you look and how you pause when you talk, I think you said enough. You said your love for me something brand.
Now moving into the laundry room, here's where the candy bags are. I'm just going to turn on these lamps over here. I love them. They just bring like a whole different cozy vibe in here. And of course on cold mornings or colder days, it just feels, I don't know, just so warm and peaceful when you have more of those warm tones in here. But I'm just going to go ahead and start clearing off the countertop that's here in the laundry room. So I do have this bucket here that I used to make Jilla's headpiece for her costume. She had the costume of the Day of the Dead, so it was just like her normal skirt and dress that are from Mexico that she had, and then I just did like her headband with using just stuff from Dollar Tree. So I just bought like 2-3 packs of flowers that was the same color of her outfit, so it was just like in the pink and the whites, and then I used zip ties like for those spike parts that her headband had. I did share it over on Instagram what her whole outfit looks like. And of course she won the parade, her school little costume parade, and she was so excited. She said, oh my gosh, I didn't believe I was gonna win. All of my friends and I were saying that I was gonna win, and she goes, and I didn't believe them. She goes, it's my first time. So my daughter was extremely excited. Just made my heart so happy. Her face painting, I did skip that part. So what I did was I just ordered some tattoos off of Amazon. It came like a pack of 6 or 8 of them for like $6. So I went ahead and ordered those pretty much last minute, but they were delivered like 2 days before Halloween, so it was like a super fast delivery. And I just added those once we arrived to her school. Everybody was just so amazed by how she looked. I had teachers taking pictures of her and all of that. Everybody was just so excited because it was like something really different. But now we are here inside my room, and I'm just going to go ahead and quickly tidy up here in the room, make my bed, and then of course I have quite a bit stuff on the dresser in our room. So it's like when you walk in, the dresser is just like the first thing you see there to your left. And I just feel like everything just gets dropped off there. Mail, unopened mail, closed mail, all kinds of stuff. So we're just going to go ahead and focus on clearing all of that stuff off. There's an extra water bottles and stuff like that. So we're also going to go ahead and focus on removing all of those stuff. But I hope you guys are enjoying today's video. I hope you guys are finding the motivation. If you guys are new over here on my channel, hi, my name is Irma, and over here on my channel I like to share cleaning motivation videos as well as decorating. I'm starting to plan out my Christmas decor, and I think I'm going to be sticking with greens and reds this year. Fingers crossed that that's my plan. But you never know, because once I open up my Christmas totes, everything like always just changes by just a whole 360 turn once I see all of my decor in there. But I did go ahead and stick with just green trees this year. In my last videos, I did share when I decorated our dining room, entryway, the kitchen, and the living room, and you guys will see there in those videos, if you watched them already, that I did put up all of my trees already, and I only took out the green ones and left my flocked trees stored away still. So my plan is just to do the green trees.
Headlights on the highway. If you only knew, being back here always makes me think of you. When the world is sleeping, do you think of me? With the road ahead's coming back again, coming back to me. I remember the long drives, the late nights in your car. I remember it all. Windows down, empty streets, you were all I used to know. You and I, forever, forever. this town so quiet this time of year, with the road ahead's coming back again, coming back to me. I remember the long drives, the late nights in your car. I remember it all. Windows down, empty streets, you were all I used to know. You and I, forever, forever ago. And you used to drive me home. Now I drive alone. You and I, forever, forever, forever ago. I felt
Now that all the inside is nicely cleaned up, the kids focused on their bedrooms each, like I mentioned, they are home. I'm going to go ahead and quickly step out right here in the front yard. And if you guys been around for a while, you guys know I have like tons of plants. I'm just like a really big plant person. I've shared my garden a couple of times front and back with you guys, but I'm just going to go ahead and quickly sweep up because our front porch was looking really dusty and everything. It's been very windy, and in the direction the wind blows, it pretty much throws everything to our front porch. So I'm just going to go ahead and quickly sweep everything off, and then we're going to be picking that up, and then I'm going to start watering my plants. You guys can tell it's a little windy this day, which is actually feeling good, especially because I was pretty much working out, cleaning and everything, so I was sweating, so it felt really good. I did have a long sleeve shirt on, and it was starting to feel cold, and a couple minutes after I was out here, but I went ahead and focused on what I needed to do, and I got it done. After the front yard, we are going to go ahead and move on to the backyard as well, because of course there's more plants back there that need some attention. Only some of them need water, not all of them, but I did want to focus on pretty much watering all of the ones up here in the front, and then just clean up the cement, because like when people come to the house or whoever comes to the front door, like it tracks the dirt or the dust from the front porch into the house. So keeping it nice and tidy up, of course, not only does it keep the entrance of our house clean because it doesn't track in all of the dust, but it's just like when people drive up to deliver something or come over something, just having like the front porch nice and tidied up, I already know it gives our house a whole different view. Plus, I am all about front porch, how do you say, curb appeals. So I just like when somebody drives up the house or passes by or something, they just get like that beautiful view, or like that homing, warming view or feeling or vibe, as well as like a nice scent whenever they come up.
sundown and salty cheeks. It's not a cute look getting kicked out of the bar when you're no longer 19. Still acting like a child, feeling like nobody gets it. I always start at these fights, don't hate my guts right now, 'cause I'm still figuring it out. You're the silver lining
So now the front yard is nice and cleaned off, swept, rinsed off, everything. I just love the way it looks. And then with the sun shining there, I think it's just, I don't know, gives it such a nice, beautiful glow. But now we're going to go ahead and start moving on to the backyard. So I'm started off here on the side of the yard, like right when you open like the back gate, this is what you see. Well, pretty much more plus the other side, but like what I'm focusing on is this little seating area we have here. There was a shirt thrown right there that we used to clean off the table. So I went ahead and picked that up, and then I had to trim one of my plants that was just, it was done for the season. And then of course I'm just gonna go ahead and water these ones, and also rinse down our little table here because it's also looking really dusty. You could like really tell in this part of the video as well. Now we have this little circle area here, it's right in front of my seating area, and I'm still undecisive what I want to do. I do have my deers there, and I have a couple like succulents and roses and stuff like that, but I don't know exactly what I want to do in this space. So this space is just something like I really don't share because I'm still indecisive how I want to end up filling it up. I've thought about doing like nothing but little succulents all around the floor and just leaving like this space for the stepstones. But in the summertime, this spot here receives so much sun that it has burned many of my succulents before. So I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do here. But I do love the view of having our AC unit covered with that free wood that we got off of Facebook Marketplace. I just love how that turned out. My husband did an amazing job. I haven't painted it or stained it, and I don't think I want to, unless over the time the color gets a little bit more darker. I'll probably just sand it down and stain it so it stays this color, because I don't know, I feel like I like this more lighter tone of wood color that it's giving. But now we're gonna go ahead and start focusing on the plants that are like in our seating area on the back side of the house. Like once you come out the living room, this is like the whole area we have. So we have like a sectional sofa, outdoor dining space. We have our outdoor kitchen, as well as little fire pit sitting area. But I'm just going to go ahead and quickly start watering my plants. So I'm going to be watering most of my plants. I still have my potato plants there. You can see on that planter there on the bottom. They're still not ready. I don't know when they will be ready, but I'm just going to go ahead and water them as well, and then we'll move on to watering other plants.
I ain't afraid of the dark, 'cause once you let the light in, you won't see the beautiful stars shining down from afar. No, I ain't afraid of the dark. I don't mind the rain, bringing life back. We can breathe again when dealing with the pain. No, I don't mind the rain. And ooh, that's the way it goes. Life will teach you what you need to know. And ooh, like a river flows, life will take you where you need to go.
So I have been checking with a lot of the newer plants that I have, because if you guys been around for a while, then you guys know that, and watched like my garden videos, you guys know that the majority of my plants are clearance finds, either from Lowe's or from Tractor Supply. I'm gonna say the majority of them are actually from Tractor Supply than what they are from Lowe's, because Lowe's is a little bit more farther from my house, and Tractor Supplies is literally like 2-3 minute drive from my house, so it's way more closer. And the Lowe's is like a 20-minute drive. But I've been checking and Googling and everything to see which of my plants are not going to make it through our cold winter times. And there is a couple of them, but I kind of want to risk it because like you never know. Sometimes like if they're full and bushy, like the frost would hit like the top layer, but the bottom one would still be fine. But I don't know, I'm still indecisive. I am going to be doing some trimmings and cuttings to propagate those like in water and stuff like that to just in case they don't survive, then I still have like a backup. And then we do have our vegetable garden, like this area is over here, and then the one in the far back of our yard. And over here we do have more like winter colder season crops like the cilantro, radish. We have lettuce and stuff like that. So I know most of those things are going to be fine. But my farther vegetable beds, I am going to have to be cleaning those out pretty soon as well. So now I don't have to, I'm not going to only be focusing on having to remove my, just like my plants and my pots. And so if not, I'm going to have to clean out the vegetable garden. Also, the vegetable garden, we started it like in the mid-August, and it has done incredibly good for us. We still have butternut squash growing, cucumbers, and I recently chopped off 2 cabbage heads, and we still have a couple cabbages there. And then we still have like the zucchinis growing and all of that. So I know it's still producing. So I'm just trying to let it produce and stick to the end, like to the last minute of how much we can harvest out of our vegetable garden. And then I'll just have to put like my beds to sleep and everything by just cleaning them out and covering them with the weed fabric, so it doesn't grow all kinds of weeds during our winter rain and stuff like that. So it's not so hard to clean up once I start doing my spring planting. But this is pretty much all for today's video. I know I talked a lot in today's video, and my whole plan was to not, but there's sometimes I just need to like chit chat with somebody or explain stuff and stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly finish sweeping up here. We did have a couple of windy days, so like I mentioned, the way the wind blows, it blows everything towards our house. So I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly pick this up. Then I do have my sprinklers turned off, and some of my plants just need like a little bit extra water. So I just took the watering can, and I'm just gonna water a couple of the plants here and under this walkway path that we have here. They're like more the newer plants that I got from Tractor Supply for $1. So I got like, I'm gonna say probably like 5 or 6 mums for $1 a piece, and they're like good size. And then I also have my snapdragons and a couple other ones too. So we're just gonna go ahead and quickly water those. And once again, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys are new over here, don't forget to click the subscribe button. Don't forget to give today's video a like. That lets me know that you guys enjoyed watching videos like this, and it lets YouTube know, so it pushes out my videos to more people. If you guys would like to share my video, I would really appreciate that as well. And I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye guys.
Getting old don't bother me, 'cause with eyes that's been through life, it's so much easier.